Well, you were mentioning earlier about the Pentagon paying bloggers and doing fake news, and that's just, as many people know, an extension of the original Operation Mockingbird program, which was exposed in the 70s in a congressional hearing, where back then they were paying $250 million to high-level reporters and editors in every major form of media. Adjusted for inflation, that's $1 billion a year they were paying. And as you know, many of your listeners may know, there's a Pentagon white paper that was floating around where not only were they talking about buying off the bloggers, but they were talking about actually hacking prominent blogs and then changing the blog so that, in a sense, they would just hack Infowars.com and then change the wording in some of the stories.
We already have that happening. People take our stories and then change the article, and they take my show and edit it together. And, I mean, there's definite... They tried to have COINTELPRO firebomb Brave New Books, reportedly, connected to the Palestinian that was murdered, and to setting up the people at the RNC in Minnesota, the same group here in Austin.
You know, the hateful things, and it'll help to legislate, you know, the things that people say that they disagree with, you know, against the government, and the Bilderberg Group, and just a signature and a birth date will be fine. No phone number. Sounds like a good thing. You know, I mean, in today's New World Order, we don't need these idiots, you know, disagreeing with the president. Oh, you got to sign it too.
I don't disagree.
So you read this? You're okay with that?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. Repeal the First Amendment. Stop hate speech and negative speech. Just a signature would be good.
What is it for? What's hate speech?
Well, it's hate speech when you say hateful and mean things. We're CAFTA.org. It's just to support the repeal of the First Amendment. Beautiful day. Hi.
Say hi.
Signature. You know, I mean, in today's society, we don't need... I mean, who are the people to say that they don't agree with the president anymore, you know? And he knows what's best. So
all right.
Figured best thing.
We'll play some more before Mark leaves us, but looking at these two young women with this toddler, they have no idea the type of bondage that they're bringing their family into, and they just hear, we're going to be nice, we're going to ban mean people saying mean things, we're going to get rid of the First Amendment, and they're there signing it, and they mean well. I'm sure that they're really nice people. They just have no conception of what it is to live in a free country, Mark.
And again, even if some of these people knew what was going on or knew what the First Amendment or sort of felt coerced into it, what does that say about society when they don't have enough of a backbone to stand up for what's right and will just allow themselves to be talked into something that's completely 180 degrees from their own beliefs because they're intimidated? And it's not like I'm meeting them in some dark alley somewhere, so they're going to just sign it and say, oh, yes, I agree, so that they can get away from me. This is on a public street, on a beach, outside of a shopping mall. These people have no backbone, no brains. And you know what I'm hoping with this is that people that will see this video that is going viral that perhaps don't know much about the First Amendment or freedom of speech or anything will then find the rabbit hole. And that's what I try to do with my work is I touch on a wide variety of issues that people can grasp onto, and then that will lead them down the rabbit hole so that they can find out what it is that's going on. They can find the bigger issues. I criticize these pop culture icons. I've been somewhat successful getting into these celebrity gossip columns, making criticisms about certain things that celebrities are doing. I believe the criticisms. I think what they're doing is horrible, and the statements I make are valid, but the larger picture, you know this, much of the audience knows this, is to then point people down the road so that they can find out about the New World Order and that they can become involved and realize I'm trying to steer them away from the celebrity gossip columns, from the celebrity worship.
Well, it's simple. If we don't educate the public that they were never taught about freedom and the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, the Second Amendment, the First, the 10th, we're going to lose it. And so it is a life and death scenario, not just for this republic, but for our way of life, for freedom, for private property, for our entire future, to go out and to show people just how ignorant they really are. And to understand that that they better start learning as much about the Bill of Rights and Constitution as they do about the Colts and the Saints coming up in 8-9 days at the Super Bowl. They had better have a crash course in freedom fast, because all of the job losses. I mean, Austin's one of the wealthiest cities in the country, one of the least hit by the depression we're going into, all over. We went to the baby store the other day, and almost all the shops around it in a middle-class area of Austin were shut down. Across the street from my house is a strip shopping center, middle-class area. They're all shutting down. I mean, the majority. It's scaring me. I won't be able to go to the pharmacy across the street. I won't be able to go get a pizza. I won't be able to go to the cleaners. I won't be able to go eat Chinese food. I mean, it's just all shutting down. America is dying, and the media is telling us, oh, everything's fine. The economy's on the upswing. I mean, it's just hoax after hoax after hoax, Mark.
And that's why I with my last two books, the reason the subtitle is Facts and Fiction is because I take all of this information about the New World Order and separate it and really look at what are the sources. What's the source of this? What's the credibility of that source? Where's this coming from? What's an allegation, a distortion, an exaggeration, a complete fabrication? Because they're trying to muddy, the system is trying to muddy the waters, as we've been discussing, so that people get confused when they're, you're an expert. A lot of this audience is very familiar with this material, but new people will get easily confused with phony information. We can get into Hal Turner's Amero hoaxes. And so that's why
let's talk about agent provocateurs, COINTELPRO, and how they manipulate, especially newbies to any political movement. How it says in the COINTELPRO, in fact, print me that encyclopedia printout again on COINTELPRO, what their job is, what they try to do. We'll be right back.